How's the Wolfpack doing today? These four route combinations were used by three-time belt winner Skimbo, who had a 14-3 MCS record and has nearly $300,000 of career earnings. Today I will break down each route combination to understand how each of these plays found in the West Coast offensive playbook work. As we go through these setups, I will cover 5 key concepts Skimbo uses in designing his offense that we can all apply to our schemes to win more John Madden football games.
It's about damn time.
At the start of every Madden, Skimbo goes through every single play in Gun Bunch across every single playbook and learns which routes beat man cover.
I try to find man beaters. That's number one.
Once he finds his man beaters, he picks his playbook and then he starts to glitch the game by learning how to turn his man beaters into zone beaters. If you've seen Skimbo play Madden 23 at all, you know his favorite play is stick. The setup is simply to put the point wide receiver on a streak and hike the ball. This play effectively beats man and zone coverages, but what makes stick so good? The answer to that teaches us our first key concept we can learn from Skimbo: unique routes. You see, stick has a special corner route unlike any other corner route in the game. Sure, it's a sharp flat corner that makes it pretty easy to pass lead and effective at beating man coverage, but it has another secret. Stick's corner route has the special ability to be jetpacked when thrown correctly. That means even when it looks guarded, it's not. To jetpack the corner route, throw a high ball in the opposite direction of the way the wide receiver is cutting. Skimbo's second favorite play in Madden 23 is wide receiver posts. To set up wide receiver posts, simply put the tight end on a corner route and hike the ball. While this setup may seem simple, it's actually genius. Stick is highly effective at flooding the sidelines on one side of the field, and to complement that, wide receiver post has 3 stock routes that flood the middle of the field at different timings and at different depths. This effectively creates the most complementary route combination to his already super powerful favorite play, stick. So with only one hot route each, Skimbo can flood the sidelines and the middle of the field very quickly. But wide receiver post has a secret of its own. You see, the tight end is on a stock blocking assignment, which in Madden 23 is impossible to get unless you motion the point wide receiver to the opposite side of the formation. And this brings us to key concept number 3, know your max protection. And if you think blocking is a pretty boring way to utilize a formation, just listen to what Skimbo had to say about why he picked Gun Bunch in the first place.
I come out and I find Bunch. And what makes Bunch so good? You got a tight end on one side and you have a running back on the other. And that's what makes this formation just so good before we even get into anything, is you can basically block every blitz. It's probably the best max protect scheme formation in Madden.
Skimbo's third favorite play in Madden 23 is verticals. Verticals has been a top bunch play for many years. To set up verticals, simply put the running back on an angle route, and if you would prefer to beat man coverage a little bit better, you could put the point wide receiver on a post route, because EA decided to nerf the crossing him route this year, which arguably was the most powerful route in Madden 22. Stick, wide receiver post, and verticals brings us to Skimbo's fourth key concept, and that is the ability to quick hike your offense. If you noticed anything about these setups, is that most of them require 1 and at most 2 hot routes before you hike the ball. Keeping the defense up tempo is extremely important, so being able to quick hike strong plays where the defense to cover said plays takes a lot of adjusting is an extremely effective way to get your opponent being reactive instead of proactive. The last route combination Skimbo uses is more of a niche route combination in mesh post. He will motion over the point receiver on a slant, creating a isolation in the middle of the field. Now this is a little bit different than wide receiver post because the slant will break much quicker than that deep post in wide receiver post. Yet again, this setup of mesh post has a secret. By motioning over a slant with the point wide receiver, Skimbo is now able to put his tight end on the stock tight end routes as opposed to wide receiver routes. This is important because it unlocks those good tight end routes that are usually unavailable when running Gun Bunch. The fifth and final key concept brings it all together. Sure, Skimbo has 4 route combinations that can beat basically any type of coverage. However, how come the opponent can't adjust to what he's doing? The answer lies in his ability to quick hike the opponent, but also use pre-snap reads to tell exactly what type of defense the opponent is in. You see, he utilizes the alignment on the ISO side receiver and non-base aligned formation.
If someone runs his defense baseline, it's normally man-to-man's inside hip. Cover 2 is always on the outside hip. Just look at the solo side. That's all I'm looking at. Cover 3 is normally straight over the top, just like that.
Now it gets even more detailed than that. To tell the difference between cover 4, cover 0, and cover 2, he looks at the depth of the safeties. If the defense is in cover 0, the safeties pre-snap will be only 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. This is different from cover 2 and cover 4 because in those plays, the safeties by default are 13 yards off the line of scrimmage. So by using pre-snap tells, he's able to know what defense the opponent is in and be able to call the right special route combo that he has to beat that coverage. One bonus tip for you guys, even though Skimbo is a prolific passer and enjoys passing the ball, he still believes in finding 1 or 2 special run plays. Just take a listen.
Also, find you a good run play, a good passing formation that has at least 2 good run plays. Inside zone, base, chilling right now. This is literally stress-free. I know I'm playing against the computer and we're not dealing with gap shoots from the defender right now, but this is literally just stress-free. I'm just running the ball, I'm spinning, and that might be a touchdown versus CPU. I mean, I should honestly just start running the ball.
So there you have it, 5 key concepts from the legend himself, Skimbo, and how to make your offense be more effective. If you found this video helpful, be sure to check out my 6-1 video where I teach you how to get defensive backs in at linebacker,